Hi, this is Jem from Survival Prepping 101. We are often asked by individuals, how do you talk to people about prepping? For many people, prepping is a word or behavior that generates different reactions in different people. Some people understand what it is, others maybe have never heard of it, or may have a different opinion about what it actually means to be considered a prepper. One of the ways, from my own personal experience, when talking about prepping with an individual that may not know what it is or have questions about it, I refer to it as food storage. And I introduce a personal experience like, for example, remember that ice storm we had a few years back when the power was off for several days? We were lucky I had enough food storage and stuff on hand to ride it out without electricity until the plows could get through and fix the electric poles that came down in the storm. Now that's an example of a statement, like an opening statement, of how you could talk about prepping to someone or bring up the subject in a non-invasive way and try to find some common ground with the individual or individuals which you're speaking regarding introducing them to prepping. And it's very important to analyze the people that you're talking with and find out, like where they're coming from, do a take on them, so to speak. Are they rural people? Do they have a farm? Are they perhaps urban people that have lived in the city all their lives? Find out some of the basics, and that kind of gives you an idea of the potential background and experience, or lack thereof, that various individuals may or may not have regarding these types of topic matters. Then you can bring up something like, for example, if you were living in the same region as the other individual, you might bring up like a weather event, for example, that was experienced in the area, like a flood or when the electricity went out, or snowstorm or blizzard, something to that effect. And then you could ask them, how did you manage to get through that storm? The power was off for about 4 or 5 days. What did you do about food and stuff? Which is another kind of an opening question to invite and generate some feedback that will give you some insight as to where the person is coming from and some of their own experiences with the situation that you both may have experienced. So it's really easy to get people to talk if you ask the right questions and in a non-threatening manner. Many folks like to talk about themselves and their own experiences, and if you ask them the right questions in the right way, you can find out a lot about a person. And then, if you get a good conversation going with them, you can potentially drop the right words and seeds, so to speak, to get them thinking in a certain direction and then expand it from there using their own responses as the direction in which you can direct the conversation and or present certain topics like prepping, keeping in mind that choice of words and types of words, as well as your overall demeanor and how you present in the conversation. And using things like that, it can help guide the conversation into a variety of different directions. So essentially, wording is very important. So knowing how to use the right words and the right phrases and having that conversation in a non-menacing, non-threatening, or non-judgmental kind of way can be very helpful to engage in a conversation and perhaps introduce people to prepping who may not know about it, or to those who may have questions about it. So anyways, that's just a little bit of insight from my own personal experiences with things and interactions with various individuals. So thanks for dropping by, and happy prepping.